How's it going, everybody? It's Prod here, obviously. So I wanted to do something special today because just literally about 1 hour ago, as you can see in the video, a hands-on gameplay for Black Myth Wukong was released. Now, I did say I would try to do more reaction videos with Facecam, so here's one that I could start doing today. And I really want to watch this. In a couple of days, will get a full gameplay showcase of it. And I'm assuming as well, on that same day, they are going to end up announcing the release date for Black Myth Wukong. So here is sort of, I guess, what you could probably consider like a little teaser of what we're most likely going to get out of the 22nd for Gamescom, which of course I will be streaming over on Twitch. Not even currently live at the moment, so this is exclusive for YouTube, of course, but all that will be streamed when it goes down on the 22nd. So let's just go ahead and start off with IGN's first hands-on preview. So this is actually somebody legitimately playing it. Probably one of my most excited games. This is like that game that I feel like most people kind of didn't really think even existed because, you know, we got so much little hints of it, little teasers, and it almost always looked too good to be true, right? Like almost every single time people would say like, oh, this game's never coming out. This game is almost definitely not going to come out in the West ever. It's going to be like a mobile game. And like so far from we've seen, they've had pretty decent progression when it comes to their actual development. They got support from, I believe, Tencent, which again, like people hear the name Tencent and kind of go insane, but Tencent has their hands in everything. Like it's Tencent, you know, they own like 50% of the gaming market, almost the entire gaming market in places like China. So naturally, a lot of people were very hesitant. But let's go ahead and give it a try and see what we end up finding out from the 6.5 minutes of gameplay that we're getting today. And of course, with I'm cropped out. That's better. I don't do this a lot. All right, let's watch. Audio should be fine. All right, let's see.
Since Black Myth Wukong released its first trailer 3 years
Again, one of the
ago,
things that I love about this is the physics
20th,
from the fur,
Game
from the creatures.
Science
It looks
has
so
shown
sick.
something new about the development progress of the game. However, what's different this year is that we finally got to play it.
Okay,
My
so IGN did play
demo
it.
provided
Ooh.
3 boss fights and a relatively
45-minute
complete
demo.
chapter
Ooh.
experience.
Maybe we'll get our own demo. Ooh, that's what I'm hoping for. Maybe after Gamescom we'll get a surprise, and it's out now. If you guys remember, the hype for Liza P went huge after the demo came out because everybody loved it so much. So, hey, you never know. Maybe we'll get something similar here.
Noting that after the event, the dev team made some adjustments to the trial version based on the feedback and suggestions received during the closed-door evaluation that I participated in.
Way too hard.
As a result,
Nerf
my
everything.
experience may differ slightly from what others experienced in Hangzhou and at Gamescom in Cologne.
Okay, so this was Cologne when I actually played it. Okay.
Due to time limitations, this trial version did not include the level up system. However, it provided players with a set of skills and equipment that will be obtained in the mid-game of the final version.
That's a boss.
In addition to
They did say
basic
those
light
4
and
bosses,
heavy attacks, the protagonist's attack stances can be switched between 3 different postures, including
Neo.
smash form, pillar form, and thrust form at any time. Furthermore,
cool.
spells such as Immobilize, Stone Solid, Ring of Fire, and the Pluck of Many are also available for use. There are also 2 transformation abilities. One turns you into the previously seen Fireblade Wolf, and the other results in a creature with poisonous attacks. Additionally, players will find and collect certain potions for in-game use. It's important to note that these configurations may vary slightly depending on the different stages.
Of this area have all been very bug-like. Maybe it's just this location, but we have what seems like a beetle. Then we have the other thing that was like a worm. Ooh, another big bug.
Guai, and it appeared in the first 13-minute gameplay trailer released in 2020.
All bugs again.
This time it awaits players in a horrible cave. Trailer released in 2020.
This boss area looks cool. I love like the little bit of storytelling with the environment where there's just a giant pile of skulls.
And it awaits players in a horrible cave. Its attack methods include rolling and heavy punches, as well as the ability to release poisonous gas.
I don't know how I feel about that.
This gas
Freaking
inflicts
poison,
a
man.
slow-acting
Parry
poison
looks
effects on the
good.
protagonist, causing gradual health loss, which can only be cured by consuming antidote potions. However, this boss is
Interesting.
considered relatively easy overall in terms of difficulty for this trial version. After becoming familiar with its attack patterns, most players should be able to defeat it easily. The second boss is the Macaque
This is gonna be
Chief,
the faster
as
one,
seen
I
in the
think.
Snow Mountain of the 2021 trailer. This time, players can experience the sequence just as it was shown. You can observe how the protagonist's movements and combat in the snow-covered terrain
Ooh,
dynamically
that parry's
affect the
cool.
accumulation of snow in real time. This battle
Wow, the
also
snow.
holds a secret. If the
Holy
Macaque
hell.
Chief's health is reduced to half within a certain time, it triggers his second phase.
Ooh.
To encounter the monkey with wings, the protagonist needs to venture deeper into the scene. In this state,
That's
the monkey's
sick.
aggression, attack
So
range,
it's actually-
and attack patterns all increase significantly.
Quick pause. But he mentioned that it was time-based, so maybe he tried it a separate time and it didn't go into second phase. So that'd be cool, like, if there's certain scenarios where if you're fast enough, you actually get bonus stuff for the fight. And if you're slow and it's just methodical and taking your time, you're just going to get an easier fight, I guess. But, I mean, when it comes to me, I would want to play this and see the entirety of the thing. Like, this looks awesome as well. The wings
It
look
gains
cool.
the ability to launch aerial
Wow.
assaults
Okay, that
against the
looks
player,
terrifying.
making for a thrilling and intense encounter. The
Damn.
third boss is the Tiger Vanguard, who appeared in the 2022 trailer. This time, the Tiger Vanguard awaits players as challenges in a blood pool in a temple. According to the developers, this boss will play a role in the storyline as an NPC who imparts the
like Kung Fu
stone-solid
Panda.
skill to the protagonist. Therefore, you will witness him using this skill during the
Ooh,
battle.
yeah, I see.
One highlight of this scene is how the
So
water
sick.
reacts and changes dynamically with the actions in combat. The Tiger Vanguard boasts
Unreal
the
Engine
highest
5
attack
is
speed
carrying,
and
though,
aggression
man. Like,
among the
look
three
at it.
bosses. Not only does he possess both physical and spell-based attack abilities, but his combo attacks also deal substantial damage, making it easy to fall victim to his assault.
Just spam
the
it and
chapter
spam, yeah.
experience provided
Cool.
during the Hangzhou event that I played
looks
the
so
game at is
sick.
called Purple Cloud Mountain. The overall scenery is somewhat reminiscent of the in-game footage shown in the 2022 trailer. This
Kinda
is a
reminds me of the monkey
relatively
area from Sekiro.
complete level experience, featuring various environments such as forests, villages, and temples. There are also as many
Tree men.
as 4 or 5 types of enemies waiting for players along the way. Don't underestimate these minions, as they also possess the ability to deliver a fatal blow to the protagonist with a single strike. There's
So also what
a
I'm seeing, by
detour
the way,
path in the level
another
that
quick
players
pause. If you notice, there actually is multiple sets of armors. Like, Fashion Souls exists. He has a completely different armor set from here.
villages and temples.
And then we go
There
to the
are
next
also-
area.
Don't
He's got a hat. And then the next
underestimate
area,
the
no hat.
protagonist might not
Red armor. So, fucking awesome. We are actually getting the chance to experiment with different pieces of equipment and actually get our own style going instead of just like default Sekiro type of armor, you know, one weapon, one armor. So already loving it. I'm just,
easily find where
this
they
game
can
looks so
encounter a
good, to be
hidden
honest.
boss, the Poisonous King. This creature has the appearance of a scorpion-like monster.
Oh, it's a scorpion.
After
I thought it was
engaging in conversation with
beetle.
it, players need to break the wine barrel beside it to start the battle. This hidden boss presents the highest level of difficulty
Oh, wow.
in this trial version. It possesses extremely fast attacks, deals heavy damage, and boasts skills that inflict poison on the player. It took me nearly an hour of fighting to defeat it, and there were several instances where I succumbed to poison before being able to use the cure potion in time.
Cool.
And while Black Myth shares some similarities in its mechanics with the Dark Souls
Oh, it's,
series, the
our
combat
bonfire.
feel here is quite distinct from any other similar games.
Oh, the combat
in
looks
my
so
opinion,
good.
This distinction arises
Looks
from the
so
fact
freaking
that
good.
in other Souls-like games, players typically wielded weapons like swords or axes, with the grip at the weapon's end during combat. However, in Black Myth Wukong, Wukong, the main weapon
Big
is a
pole arm.
staff, primarily held in the middle. The grip on the staff changes according to different moves, creating a varied rhythm and action, even changing the length of the staff in combat. The impact feedback from the staff striking enemies is quite distinctive as well. Coupled with the support from the spell system during combat, Black Myth Wukong stands apart
I like the little
as an
diaper
action
the Tiger's
RPG
wearing.
with a unique feel, differentiating itself from other ARPG and action games
Oh,
that have come before.
what is
Ultimately,
that
despite
thing?
developer Game Science providing a substantial amount of gameplay
This game has
content in this
some
trial
creatures,
version,
man.
there are still numerous questions
Ooh,
waiting to be
cutscene?
answered. For example, whether the protagonist possesses any other weapons, how the level up system works,
so,
and
okay,
what
so
the
they
skill
actually
tree
haven't
looks
seen other
like,
weapons.
and how many
Interesting.
transformations and spells are available.
Wow.
All of these questions can only be answered once the game is finally released. Speaking of which, Black Myth Wukong is currently scheduled for release in the summer of 2024 for both
Oh,
PC and
that's still
next
so
generation
long.
console platforms. For more on
Wow,
your favorite
okay,
games,
so we don't
keep it
have...
right here.
I thought we, for some reason, would have a 2023 release date, but I guess not. But man, like, that looks just so freaking good, man. I love that we got a little bit of footage, like, not too crazy. I believe this one was a lot longer when it comes to the actual gameplay and, like, just base gameplay. We did do a reaction video to that one as well. You could probably find it somewhere on the channel. We got to see like proper bosses of what people have been playing. He says that the gameplay feels fluid. Like I'm glad that it kind of doesn't seem to fall along the lines of just a Souls-like. You know, it has its own unique style to it. Even with the stance switching, kind of reminds me a lot of like Nioh, for example. And I love Nioh. It's one of my favorite Souls-like. I would probably say it's the like best Souls-like ever made. And I think we're en route to have a pretty damn good one from the looks of it, man. Like the graphics, the gameplay when it comes to like the abilities remind me a lot of Mortal Shell. That game had a lot of really cool abilities. It had the ability as well where you kind of get hardened up and you get real hard. And when anything touches you, it just bounces off of you because you're so hard. That was actually one of the cooler abilities that was in that game. And this one with its Unreal Engine 5 graphics, the fluidity of the combat, like it looks just top notch. Like I'm so freaking excited. It sucks that we have to wait so long, but even just this year is already a very heavy Souls-like year. So either way, we got some good stuff ahead, and I am very freaking excited. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you made it this far, even with my face in it. But if you want to watch more videos of my face in it, maybe consider leaving a like. And then I'll see if I end up doing more reaction videos like this in the future. Anyways, see you all in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.